here with His Royal Diffiness. Joe Diffie, the one that told us that, we are the third rock from the sun.
That's right.
So, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing great?
Yeah, doing great.
Picked a good day to come, huh?
Man, what is up with all this rain and stuff? This is not cool.
Well, they call it Norris Creek for a reason.
Well, I'm just glad that it's kind of eased off a little bit, and then there's, I know anytime you have rain, it just kind of kills your crowd, but there's still a bunch of great fans out there ready to go.
There were 6 sitting out there during the lightning.
They're insane, yeah.
What?
Yeah, during lightning.
Bad lightning and tornado warnings, and they're sitting out there screaming Joe.
We were looking out the windows talking to the promoter, Don, here, and I was like, man, it looks like a tornado out there, so it was serious.
It was bad. Stuff was blowing everywhere, and I was going, are they going to do this or not? And one thing because I'm not doing this video, but it's really cool you're wearing a Tate Stevens shirt.
Yeah, we swapped shirts earlier.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I told him, I said, give me one of your shirts, and I'll give you one of mine. So, and I gave him one of my greatest, the Ultimate Collection CDs. So, yeah, he's told me, and it's a big honor for me, but he's told me that I'm one of his favorites, and so it's just kind of interesting and fun to be around a guy that he grew up on listening to my music and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
We talked about you for a while in our interview. Yeah, so a lot of people weren't fortunate enough like me to grow up listening to you, so they may not be that familiar with your background. So why don't you give us a little background? I know your grandparents were musical.
My whole family was musical. My grandma played, and it was all self-taught, my grandma played piano and mandolin and guitar. My grandpa played guitar and fiddle. My dad taught himself to play the banjo, and he played piano and guitar, and so, and everybody sang, and so I just came from a real musical family.
Wow. So it goes way on that, runs
way
in your
on
veins.
That. Yeah. We used to have, family get-togethers, and that's what we did. We sit around and play music and stuff, which I don't know if everybody does that or not, but we did, so we had fun doing it.
I wish they did.
Yeah.
So I know you've had, 5 number ones?
Well, not to correct you or anything, but over the years, there's been various charts, so totally I've had like 12, 13 if you count the one I just had recently in Europe, so yeah.
Yeah, so
pretty cool.
And you've had at least 10 studio albums, minimum.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't even know how many you've had.
I can't keep track now, yeah.
Well, that was the last number I heard.
Yeah.
And then you've got a bluegrass album.
Got a bluegrass album I did a couple of years ago, called Homecoming, and I just, I've been fortunate over the years to be able to do, all this music stuff, and heck, I was I worked in the oil field in Oklahoma, and I moved, and then I worked in a foundry for 9 years, and I moved to Nashville and worked at Gibson Guitar Factory for a couple of years. So I've mostly been a blue collar worker most of my life.
And you had a cookbook too, didn't you?
I did a cookbook. My mother actually did most of the work. I give her all the credit. And it's funny. It all started off as I was like surfing around the internet one night, and I saw this thing where you could build your own cookbook. I thought that's kind of cool, and I thought it'd be nice to have all our family recipes all kind of gathered up in one spot, and so we got talking about it and started gathering recipes from all our family members, and next thing I know, we decided to make it available to our fans. So we got the Diffie Family Cookbook, so it's pretty cool.
Not going to do a Trisha Yearwood kind of show?
Probably not, unless they ask me to pay me a lot of money.
So I've got a question from Blue Jay Dove on Twitter. He said he wants to know, were you literally eating beans out of a can on a hot plate when you got the call about your demo? Apparently that's going around out there.
Well, I have eaten beans off a hot plate before. In fact, I had a video called Starting Over Blues where we had some beans on a hot plate and they blew up and the dog ate them. But I don't know about that it being that specific.
Let's see. You've got a new single out, Girl Riding Shotgun.
Right.
It's just really cool. It's a really cool single.
I like it. It's just different for me.
It's very different.
Well, it's a collaboration. Me and this guy named D Thrash from a group called the Jawja Boys. Jawga. Everybody calls them the Jawga Boys, but it's really the Jawja Boys. They're from Georgia, obviously, and we wrote this song called "Girl Riding Shotgun," and I thought it was kind of fun and different. And next thing I know, the labels are calling me and wanted to put it out as a single. So we signed up with the record label, and we did a video which has like almost 1 million views on YouTube, or it has over 1 million now actually. And so it's just been a lot of fun doing it.
It's great. It's getting your name back out there.
Yeah.
Of course, 1994 got your name back out there.
That did not hurt a thing. Yeah. It's really weird, you know. It's like all of a sudden I got a whole new audience. Everybody that's fans of Jason Aldean just kind of come. They want to come see our show and see who this guy is he's talking about.
They want to know who the real Joe Diffie is. Who is the real Joe Diffie?
Oh, you know, just a regular old country boy. That's about all I can say. I just enjoy singing and hanging out with my family when I'm home, you know.
Okay, so there's a song out that's been out for a while by Thomas Rhett, "Beer with Jesus." Excellent song. If you could have a beer with one person, living, dead, imaginary, who would it be?
Well, Jesus is a pretty good answer, I got to say. You know, that'd be. I don't know if Jesus have a beer, but he might have some wine that he turned into from water, maybe, or something. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I find interesting over the years. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really have a good answer for you. I mean, you know, I think Jesus is about the ultimate answer. You know?
I don't think you can get any better than
that.
that.
You can't get no better than that.
JoJo219 on Twitter had a question for you and wanted to know what your most personal song is that you've written.
Probably a song called, it was my second single way earlier in my career, called "If You Want Me To," and that was pretty much about my first divorce that I got, you know, and it was so funny. It was sat down to write it, and it took literally about 15. I couldn't write the words down fast enough. It just like it just came out of heaven or something, you know. It just we just wrote it down real fast, and next thing I know, it turned into a #1 song. So it was pretty cool.
Now, if there was a song written by another artist that you wish you could have written, what would that be?
He Stopped Loving Her Today. You know, I mean, Bobby Braddock wrote it, of course, but George Jones sang it. It was like the song of the year for the CMAs for like 2 years in a row, which is like unheard of. But it's just such an impactful song, and of course, George sang the fool out of it.
Now are you still involved with the First Steps charity?
I haven't done it in a few years. We did it for I don't know, 10 years or so, and we raised over $1 million for the school. It's a school that has children with various disabilities, and you know, it's government funded, and a lot of the government funding went away, so it became dependent on private funding. So I have a son that has Down syndrome, and he went there for several years, and so we did, you know, various functions and golf tournaments and concerts and whatnot. So, but it was pretty near and dear to my heart.
That's great.
Yeah.
I do have a question from Drunken Swifty.
Drunken Swifty. She's on my Twitter thing.
She loves you, man.
I love her too. She's awesome. I never met her.
She wants to know when you're bringing the mullet back.
No. She keeps on that mullet thing, you know.
She said you have to bring the mullet back.
Well,
mullet love.
You know what? I may have to do that one of these days. You know, the weird thing was when I had the mullet for years, and then I finally decided to cut it off, and you know who? It was the weirdest thing. My mama just cried over that. My mother, she went nuts over it. She cried and cried and cried. And I was like, well, Mother, it's just hair. I know, but she was just worried.
What's your mullet?
I know. It was like I was Samson and Delilah cut my hair off or something. You know, it was kind of weird.
Well, you still kept your strength.
Well, I got the strength, but I don't have the mullet anymore.
Let's see. So what do you think about the new path that country's taken?
You know, some of it's great, some of it's horrible. You know, I mean, I think everything has to grow and change. You know, it just does, and I think you know, there's a lot of it that's good. I think what's missing though is some real distinctive voices. You hear a lot of guys who sound really alike, and you don't know who it is singing when you hear a song. And that's my biggest gripe, I guess. But I mean, there's still a lot of good stuff out there, and you know, I think things over time kind of get watered down a little bit. Everybody tries to go to the easiest path, and but there's still some great talented people out there, and there's still some great songs being written, and you know, it's okay.
I like seeing that and I hate to call you a classic because you're like, but you know what I mean.
I prefer a legendary.
There you go, legendary. Bring the legends back. I think we need a 90s reunion tour. I already talked to Doug Stone about it. He's up for it.
I know. You know, of course, I've been doing shows with Sammy Kershaw and Aaron Tippin, and it's called the Roots and Boots Tour. We do that mostly in the fall and winter time when there's, you know, not as many festivals and fairs and whatnot. And so we've been getting, you know, great response with that, and every show's sold out, and it's just we're all on stage together. We just, that's kind of an acoustic based thing, and but we just have fun with it and have fun with each other, and yeah, people really seem to like it.
It's great. I wish and it seems to be almost kind of trending back around. A lot of things, you know, the trend will go out and then it'll come back, and it seems to be.
I think a lot of people miss that, you know, the classic country music stuff, I think, and you know, I don't know. All I know is I think people miss the familiarity. I think there's so many new people that they don't really know all of them, and they didn't get invested into them like they did during my era, you know. So maybe that's what
they come out so fast now.
Yeah.
You don't have time to really get to like one person before the next one comes out.
Yeah.
And back then, like you said earlier, you can associate a voice with a person. It comes on, you know it's Joe Diffie. It comes on, you know it's Clint White.
Yeah.
And now
it's just
that's
like
that cute
boom,
little
boom,
guy.
boom, boom, boom. They're all cute little guys. They all got 29-inch waist and
all cookie cutter.
you know. But hey, look, nothing against them. I know how hard it is. I know how difficult it is to break through in this music genre business. And somebody told me if you want to make a small fortune in the music industry, the way to do it is to start out with a large fortune. And so it's very difficult, you know.
That's great advice.
Yeah. So, but nothing against any of them, but we seem to have lost the individuality a little bit, you know.
Well, he's bringing it back. I don't know if they can hear it on here. Tate, that's good country.
Yeah, he's singing some good stuff out there.
He'll sing
He's a good guy.
He'll sing some Joe.
I hope he does. Tell him don't do too good because I got to follow him. So.
Yeah, his opener can't come out and do Joe. But so great. Well, thank you for taking the time out.
You're welcome.
Go out there blown away. They've been out there screaming your name.
And the lightning and the rain. I just can't believe it. That's wild.
Just a few minutes ago, they're out there going, Joe Diffie. So
well, hey, we'll do what we can. You know, we're no good, but we're loud.
Ask you, you've got the single out. Are you working on a new album, or is it?
Yeah, I've got a couple things I've already recorded, and we're still looking for some material, and we'll see what happens.
Good, bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it. We're ready. Bring it.
I'm ready too.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Girl riding in a shotgun, sun kissed by the Dixie.